Beloved family business in Geauga County working to rebuild and regain its footing. It comes more than 6 months after a Geauga County sheriff cruiser crashed into a pickup truck, pushing it right through the front of the store. That accident caused total devastation to Farleys country store. It's been closed ever since.
Well, Mike Holden joins us live in studio this morning with an exclusive look inside. And Mike, this story comes at a very tragic time for the business owners dealing with even more loss.
Guys, it has been a very, very tough year for this family. I recently interviewed the Yaples. They own and operate the store. Tim Yaple tragically passed away, dying of a massive heart attack right before Easter and shortly after we shot this story with him. His wife, Carol, told me she is shattered by his passing, coupled with the store being destroyed by this accident. But she says she's determined to rebuild at some point in her late husband's memory, and she says she will hold on to this story and these final moments forever. For 100 years,
it's deep-rooted for sure.
Farley's Country Store has operated as an iconic community staple of sorts on the busy corner of Mayfield Road and 44 in Munson Township.
They'll be in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they'll be going, "Oh, I remember coming here when I was a little girl."
For now, though, it sits empty. All of their merchandise wiped off of the shelves, windows boarded up, and temporary plywood blocking the front of it.
It's my life. Yeah. It's all I know.
The Yaples say they are used to the traffic outside of their business and home. But what happened back on October 29th and the reason they're still closed haunts them to this day.
This was big.
She said, "The building's been hit," and we went around and looked out down the hallway into the store.
The couple attempted to look outside and spotted this. 2 mangled vehicles with their homemade candles, dolls, and handmade items strewn everywhere.
I called 911 and they said, "Well, an officer's on the scene." And this is all in 20 seconds, right? 20 seconds. And then the deputy came up and said, "I'm sorry, sir, I caused an accident."
State Highway Patrol reports a marked Geauga County Sheriff's cruiser traveling south on 44 did not yield and hit a Dodge Ram, pushing both vehicles right into the business. The deputy driving the cruiser sustained minor injuries as he was rushing to a domestic violence call.
Your immediate response was?
This isn't good.
Cleanup has been daunting and stressful, working with 2 restoration companies to rebuild.
It was literally debris all the way back to here and right where we're standing right now.
But Carol remains determined. As a folk artist, she is still working on her homemade candles and her eclectic hand-sewn collector dolls.
The quirkier, the better.
Carol shared with me that after we shot this story, her husband Tim tragically passed away of a heart attack the Saturday before Easter, just a few days shy of his 64th birthday. She says Tim was the love of her life, her protector, supporter, her everything. She says she knows he's still watching over her, and as she grapples with his loss and attempts to heal, she's looking to reopen the store in his memory one day for him.
One thing I learned is you're not guaranteed tomorrow.
It's just so surreal seeing those images and talking with Tim and experiencing their love firsthand. The Yaples were married 23 years, and Carol says she will cherish every day she spent with him. Tim's visitation is actually happening today, funeral tomorrow. Carol was very hesitant to do this interview initially, but now she tells me it was almost meant to be, almost like some degree of fate, that she now has this memory of her husband and seeing him be such a fierce advocate for the store and for her. Carol hopes to reopen Farley's at some point, thanks to the help of Trident Restoration. And she plans to host a huge 100th anniversary celebration as well. But obviously, guys, that's to be determined considering everything that's gone down.
Our condolences are definitely with her, but we know she's going to bounce back. Thanks, Mike.